Praise and glory belongs to Allah, the eternal absolute, who created all things, who created the AQL, or the hearts, to comprehend and be guided to the Creator through the AQL. AQL meaning the intellect, and intellect meaning the the spirit's capacity to be guided and be comprehended, or to comprehend its creator and receive the guidance inside of it in order for a person to be more benefited by the creator spiritually as well as other ways too. So glory and praise belongs to the creator, Lord and Church of the worlds, who guides us through the AQL within ourself and in our heart, and every person through different degrees and different stages. So today I'm going to be just briefly speaking to you. Well, I'm thinking briefly about, as you heard, what part of the prayer was. Thanking the Creator for putting the AQL, or the divine intellect, or the inspired intellect within the soul, so that we can be guided. And that guidance may come on different levels. For prophets and messengers, according to Islam, it's to the highest level. For us as individuals, it's just, that voice that tells you, don't do this and don't do that. Or it is better to do this rather than do that. So praise and glory belongs to the Creator, who created us in this best fashion. And it is through that the Creator will judge us by on the day of judgment, and it is through that the Creator will reward us on the day of judgment. As you know, this is the Maroon Khalif page, YouTube, and so we're talking about, the reason why I brung this up is because it is through the AQL that people are guided, and AQL is AQL. It is through this AQL, and it is placed, some could say, in the ruh meaning the soul, or the breath, so to speak, that the Creator put in us to give us life. It is, the AQL is a part of it, and it is, I call it, the mechanism for which we become guided inside our soul. So people often wonder, how is it that the Creator is near you? How is it that the Creator could talk to you and He's so infinite? How can the Creator, be so close and yet be so far in the sense? So this is the main thing that I wanted to bring up, was the AQL viewpoint, that a lot of people seem to overlook. The thing that is connected with that, and there's another concept a lot of people believe and tend to believe, is the incarnation, meaning the Creator itself comes down either into our body, or the Creator itself is a part of us somehow. And when people view it like this is exactly what leads to people eventually believing they're either children of God, in the sense that, because the God is divine, so therefore they are themselves divine. And even some coaches went so far as to say they share the blood of God. This is the type of thing and concept that eventually gives us the concept that God has daughters if you're a woman, and God has sons if you are a man. Well, they say, well, this infinite Creator, it's this Creator that it's hard to comprehend. How can I explain that, this Creator is, my will is in direct conformity with this Creator? So what happens is people start to say, well, It's in me. Therefore, I am the God. And then this is how eventually, people begin to believe that there's one, two, three, four, five, six pantheons of gods, um, who share either the same essence or different levels of the same essence. And so that's why I want to point out, because it is the AQL actually, and the AQL is a created tool. It is a creation that was created before the flesh was created. And some ancient texts would call it God's, you know, uh, second wisdom for the person. Some people would say it like that. I don't use that, but some people may say something like that. Um, this akal is actually the intellect that guides the human soul, and it coincides with the will of the Creator. And even the will of the Creator, the Sha'ah, this thing we call Sha'ah. You'll hear Muslims say, Insha'Allah, Masha'Allah. It is the will of Allah. It is, if the will of Allah, or if Allah wants. This Sha'ah itself is also a creation. You see, a lot of people don't think like that, but in actuality, there is the Creator who existed, unique, alone, by itself. Then there is the Sha'ah. The Creator created the Sha'ah, the will. And this will is the rules, laws, principles to which all the creation that comes out of it will operate on. Okay? So even your soul is part of the Sha'ah. Even your mind is part of the Sha'ah. Um, this is why even the heavens and the earth and the sun and the moon and the laws and all that stuff that goes with it is part of the Sha'ah. Okay? And so this Sha'ah, will of the Creator, manifests on many different levels. Parts of the Sha'ah uh, is like, if you want to call it computations, robotic, if you want to say, it's strictly ruled like this. And part of the Sha'ah gives you limited, what you want to call limited free will, choices A or choices B, and for every choice there is a consequence. There, sort of like the action and reaction type thing, reward and punishment type thing. All of this is under the Sha'ah. Okay, so you have the Creator, then you have the Sha'ah, and then in that Sha'ah you have the creation. Okay, and that's why whether a bad thing happens to you, or, or what we call bad, or we know is bad, or whether a good thing happens to you, people say it's the will of God. Right? Now, it doesn't mean that, for example, if you had a choice of A and a choice of B, and your intellect that is connected to the Creator, it communicates with the Creator. Um, choice A coincides with what the Creator wants you to do. Choice B goes against what the Creator says is good for you, and you do that. Uh, then what happens is, you get the punishment of the Creator, because you went against what the Creator wanted good for you. Okay, and that is what they call bad. All right, things like earthquakes, and we got to divide this into what I mean by bad. And what I mean is by bad is the moral laws that the Creator tells you to abide by. You go against it. Because you go against it, what happens is, or should I say like this? The reason why the Creator tells you moral laws is because the opposite of that is harmful for people. You see, it's harmful for people. So when you choose that option B and you cause the harm to people, then the natural response or the natural reaction, according to the will, Sha'ah, of the Creator, is that there is a punishment. Now, that punishment could be in this life or it could be in the next life, but who knows, because, time is a thing that is divided into different levels, and there's earthly time and then there's spiritual time. So, you are a soul in a body. So every action that you do comes from the spirit into, and it is carried out by the body. So when you do a thing in this earth, in this life, it is a spiritual act already, and this is why punishment or reward is not temporary. Sometimes it is forever. It is spiritual. Okay, it carries over. You see. So now the istighfar means forgiveness of Allah, or the protection Allah puts upon you from having the repercussions from the wrong that you did. It could mean both ways. Is given to certain people through His rahmah, mercy. Okay, and so this is why some people are forgiven and some people may be punished. Okay, and that is all within the hikmah or wisdom of Allah, the Creator, Lord, and Cherisher worlds, which one it will happen for a person. Um, Generally, the major sins you do, there will be some type of punishment for it. Um, but we'll talk about that some other time. And that punishment happen just in this world and the next, maybe, you know, well, we'll talk about that sometime. So the AQL, which is the intellect, I believe I explained it, is the communicative factor between you and the Creator. And so we wish that, and the word wish or want or desire sometimes is a translation of the word sha'a, but really will is more in tune, right? So here's the thing. Here's the thing. When you have this, excuse me for a second. When you have this concept of an akal, then there is no need for well, God indwells in me type concept, which then gets into the category of, is there one God? Is there a major God and then there a minor God, or is there, equally amount of the God in you and you become equal with the God, and so it makes what we call shirk, associating partners with the Creator. So when a person focuses on the akal factor, that completely negates the room for there to be more than one God, or for there to be a rational more than one God, or to say that God Himself is in you, and etc., etc., etc. So this is why the concept is so strong in Islam about the uniqueness of the Creator, one and only alone. So I hope that give you a further understanding, inshallah. The Creator will give you that understanding, inshallah, right? And may peace and blessings be upon all of you out there, and you have a good day. Indeed.